Hey everybody, welcome to my new channel called Shawn's Time Machine. Now on this channel I'm going to take you back in time to when we all were much younger. I'm going to reminisce about things that you may have forgotten about. And some of these things I talk about might bring you some cozy memories, or you might think that was pretty weird, or you may even get a laugh out of what happened in our past. But we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Now, whether you're a baby boomer, a Gen Xer, or a millennial, I think you're going to find some value in this. Now, I personally am a Gen Xer. I was born in the heart of that generation. I was born in 1970. So I can talk about what life was like as a child in the 1970s. And a teenager in the 1980s, and a young adult in the 1990s. It was a very interesting time. And I'm going to talk about a wide variety of subjects, including cars and houses and families, and what was going on in the world at the time. And as I talk about these things, and as we walk down memory lane, I'm going to immerse you in it, and then I'm going to compare these things with what is happening to these things today. What are these things like today compared to back then? And I'm going to ask you a question. Was it better back then than it is now? Or is this particular thing I'm talking about better now than it was back then? It's going to be very interesting. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was I am no stranger to YouTube. I have 2 other channels. And in fact, I've been making videos ever since my dad bought one of them big shoulder-mounted VHS camcorders in the 1980s. I have made videos since then. But a lot of my stuff, I just didn't post it on YouTube. I never was much into that. But about a year ago, I started a channel as an outlet for some grief I was going through. I had lost several of my children and just needed a way to express myself. So I started a channel, and it did okay. But I have a tech background, and I started another channel that really dealt with AI, artificial intelligence, and technology and its effects on humanity. And overall, on that channel, the subjects were negative. They were downers. Nothing really gave you that good feeling when you got done watching it. And the reason for that is because, to me, that is the reality of where things are heading. But that particular channel about AI really took off. It went viral at first. And I got up to almost 20,000 subscribers and almost 1 million views right now, currently, as I film this. But I was reaching a point where I'm getting very burnt out on that. Now, a lot of people over there, they were just encouraging me to keep up the good fight, fight against the man, expose all these things. But that can take a toll on a person. That, day after day, immersing myself in that is very hard. And some of you guys that are watching this are from my viewers from that other channel. I appreciate you subscribing and coming over here, because you know, in videos on that channel, even though I was talking about AI and tech and all that, I had a natural tendency to reminisce and talk about the past and talk about generational issues, and it kind of obfuscated, confused the algorithm a little bit when I would do that. YouTube really rewards people for stressing you out, getting your attention, over sensationalizing videos. And I got really tired of that. I'm very, very burnout from that. And so this channel here, Shawn's Time Machine, is a way for me to do what I naturally do. And when I say naturally, I mean when I'm with other people just in life, the camera's not on. I'm with friends, I'm with people I meet. I have a natural tendency to reminisce. And I really love storytelling and bringing people right into the situation, painting the picture of how something was and what went on. So this channel here, I am not worried about getting monetized or getting lots of views. This channel is a way for me to speak to the one or two people that watch. Maybe it'll be hundreds, maybe it'll be thousands, but these videos will speak to someone. And it's a way for me to be creative. I'm a very creative person, and this is my outlet. And this channel here, I can put a lot more love into it. You're going to see me a lot more connected with what I'm talking about. And if any of these videos, when I talk about the past, bring up something that you remember, definitely comment. Let's talk about how things were and whether they were better back then than they are now. Other than that, the only other thing about me that you might notice is that I am a hybrid between the Midwest and the Southwest. My mom is a Minnesota Norwegian. My dad grew up in Tucson, Arizona. When my dad went up to Minnesota to go to college, he met my mom. They did not finish college. It was during the Vietnam War. But my mom, her entire family is Norwegian. Many of them just came from Norway in the early 1900s, maybe late 1800s. But my mom, to this day, when I get on the phone with her, I end up with more of an accent than I have now. And my dad, he's from Arizona. So I grew up in the early years in Minnesota. You're going to notice that some of the stories I talk about were from what it was like to be in Minnesota or in the Midwest in the 1970s. But then later we moved as a family down to the Southwest. Ended up growing up in Silver City, New Mexico. So I have that culture. And now I've been in Arizona for almost 30 years. Close to 30 years. And I live in Arizona. I live in northern Arizona. And you'll notice that I get around Arizona quite a bit. I'm in Tucson, Phoenix a lot, Flagstaff, Prescott. And in my area here, we have something special from the past. It's the old historic Route 66. And I am not very far away from it. And we have a lot of classic cars coming through here. A lot of older people bringing their amazing pieces of history on wheels. And they come through. And I'm going to be showing you guys some of that as well. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you Like and subscribe. I'm not going to ask you to. I'm not going to demand that you do, but I think I'm going to surprise you. And I need to warn you, I have a little bit of a slower pace of speaking. Not because I'm slow, but because I like to not work off a script. I like to be genuine, and I like to think about what I'm about to say before I say it. And for those of you who don't need me to say everything within 10 seconds, I think you're going to really enjoy this. So, all right, guys. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's reminisce. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.